What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with a beginner guitar tutorial for Before I Close My Eyes by X. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down in the comments below what are the songs by X that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing that you want to know to play Before I Close My Eyes on guitar is that we're going to be in standard tuning and we are not going to need a capo to play this song. The next thing that we'll usually go over is the structure of a song, but for this song we actually are just going to repeat the same two chords with the same picking pattern over and over again through the entire song, so we don't need to worry about the structure for this one. And the last thing that you want to know before we dive into Before I Close My Eyes is the two chords that we need to play this song. The first one is A, and the next one is a variation of a C sharp minor, which sounds really intimidating, but I promise it's not as hard as it seems. It's going to look like this. We're going to have a 4th fret on the A string, a 5th fret on the B string, and a 6th fret on the D and G strings. The high E string is going to stay open, and we're not going to play our low E string, and it's going to sound like this. And I'll have chord charts for both of those in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And guys, with all that in mind, let's dive into Before I Close My Eyes. I've gotten so many requests for this song, and I haven't done an X song in a long time, so I heard this for the first time yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I want to share that with everybody because it's a really beautiful picking song, and it's actually one of those songs that is a lot more beginner-friendly than it sounds like it is. It sounds like it'd be really complicated, but it's actually very, very repetitive, so once you get the picking pattern down, it's very simple. So, like I said, this just has 2 chords and 1 picking pattern that we're going to follow through the entire song on repeat. The chord progression we're going to use is A and C sharp minor. Just like that, back and forth through the entire song, but we're going to have a finger picking pattern that we're going to play for each one of those chords. Again, don't be intimidated by this. This is actually a really good place to start if you've never done finger picking before. So let's take a look at the picking pattern that we're going to use for our A chord first. So for our A chord, what we're going to do is we're going to pick our open A string and our 2nd on B string at the same time. And then we're going to pick our 2nd on G string. And then we're going to actually open up the B string. So we're going to take our 3rd finger off of the B string and make it open. We're going to pick that open B string. And then we're going to go back to 2nd on B. And then back to 2nd on G. And that's our whole picking pattern for our A chord. And we're going to play that twice each time we go to our A chord. So another little walkthrough of that. We've got A and B at the same time. And then we've got G, and then we've got open B, and then we've got 2nd B, and then we've got 2nd G. And we're going to play that twice each time we come to that A chord. And from there, we're going to slide up to our C sharp minor chord and do something very similar for picking on this one. So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to pick our 4th on the A string and our 5th on the B string at the same time. And then we're going to pick a 6th on G. And then we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to open up that B string and play an open B string. And then we're going to put that 5th on B back on there and play a 5th on B. And then we're going to play a 6th on G. Just like that. And same thing for this one. Every time we come to that C sharp minor chord, we're going to play through that picking pattern twice. So again, one more time kind of walking through that. For our C sharp minor, we've got A and B at the same time. And we've got 6th on G. And then we've got an open B, and then 5th B, and then we've got 6th on G. We're going to play that twice for each C sharp minor chord. And those 2 chords with those picking patterns are just going to repeat through the entire song, start to finish, from the very beginning to the very end. We're just going to repeat those 2 chords, going twice through those picking patterns for each one of those chords through the entire song. So a quick little walkthrough of what those will actually look like together slowly is about like this. We'll start with our A chord. We're going to have A and B at the same time. G string 2nd fret, open B, 2nd B, 2nd G. We'll run through that same picking pattern again. We'll go A and B at the same time. 2nd G, open B, 2nd B, 2nd G. And then we'll slide up to our C sharp minor. And we're going to go A and B at the same time. And then 6th G. And then open B. And then 5th B. And then 6th G. We're going to repeat that picking pattern for C sharp minor again, so A and B at the same time. And then 6th G. And then open B. 5th B. And 6th G. And And that right there is just going to repeat through the entire song, start to finish. So guys, with all that in mind, I'm going to play through that a couple of times very slowly so that you can make sure that you got all the right stuff in all the right places. And then I'll play through it a couple of times full speed so that you can match it up with the speed of the song. So slowly a couple of times through that picking pattern. First, will look about like this. And guys, a couple of times full speed through the picking pattern that's going to repeat all the way through Before I Close My Eyes by X will look about like this. And guys, that is everything that you need to know to play Before I Close My Eyes on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 750 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there cannot be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see what song I'm jamming on today or pictures of my dog, you can hit up my Instagram story at @TheGroovyGuitarDude. Link for that will be in the description below. Guys, it's been a long time since I've taught any X songs, and I heard this song for the first time yesterday. I had one of my students request it, and I've had a lot of you guys request it, and I heard it for the first time yesterday, and I was like, man, I have to share that with you guys because it's a great beginner finger picking song. It's really beautiful, and it sounds more complicated than it is, but it's actually really repetitive. So once you get those 2 chords and those 2 picking patterns down, which really it's the same picking pattern, it's actually just change it a little bit because of the chord, of course, but it's actually the same picking pattern. So once you get that down, it just repeats like that through the entire song. So it's actually really surprisingly very beginner friendly. It's a really good kind of introduction to finger picking, and it's just a beautiful song. I really like this one. Like I've told you guys in the past, I'm a hit and miss on X songs. Like I'm really not a huge fan of a lot of his stuff. That's not to say that it's not good, it's just I'm not a huge fan of it personally. But I know a lot of you guys are, and I get a ton of requests for X songs, and this is one that I actually do really like. It's just really beautiful, the guitar is beautiful, the lyrics are really pretty, and it's just a good song. So guys, I had a lot of fun learning this one. I had a lot of fun sharing it with you guys as well. I hope you have a lot of fun learning it as well, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all soon.